Hey everybody, hope you're having a great day. If you're new here to the channel, my name is Paul. I own and operate TCI Development. We're a building contracting company located in Southern California. If you've been following along on my channel, I'm back out here on this big Spanish estate that we're building in La Cresta, California. As you see behind me, the framing is going really well. We've started on the second floor. We just got the stairs in today. So we're moving right along. We have a lot of projects going on, and there's a whole bunch of projects that I don't film. But you know, when I get a little better at being a videographer, I'll probably start filming more. I've just got to find more time in the day because I'm working well over 90 hours a week. So I want to go through right now, show you guys what's happening on this project. Like I said, it's turning out really good. Before we get any further, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up on the video, it just helps YouTube to recommend our video to other people. And if you haven't done so, I encourage you to go over and follow us on Instagram at TCI Development. So let's go check out what's happening on this project. Okay, let's walk around here and take a look at what's happening. As you see right here, over the shop and the garage, we have the trusses up. We have the trusses up going over the main garage right here. But yeah, this thing is turning out awesome. It's a beautiful day out here, nice and sunny and hot, just the way I love it. But yeah, this house is going really good. Right here, we're gonna have clipped arches that go on the front here. And back there, we have a door being built with the clipped arch. That's the entry door. That's about 13 feet back. But these arches actually have 3 arc radiuses to them because it's a clipped arch and then it turns into a different arc radius on the side. Going to be absolutely beautiful. It's going to be the same way on the sides over here coming out onto the porch. This is going to be a porch wrapping around over here, but we have clipped arches also going on the side. Like I said, this is a Spanish estate, so beautiful, beautiful home. This home is drawn and designed by Axis 3 out of the Temecula Valley. That's AXIS, the number 3. They're out of the Temecula Valley. Very prestigious architectural firm, and so we're excited to be building this one. This is that big modern estate we're building in the Temecula Valley was also designed by them. But yeah, a lot going on out here. You can see we got our Simpson strong walls in right here. This is a WSWH 12 by 12. You can see I showed you this during the concrete phase of this job. These are 1¼ inch bolts down here. That's all structural hold downs because of seismic activity in California. But yeah, these WSWH 12 by 12s, I don't know if you can read it right there. Anyway, these things are very strong. There's probably 20 or 30 of them going in this house because, you know, earthquakes. So a lot of other states don't do this, but you know, this kind of stuff that you would see also on the East Coast, like Florida and anywhere where they have hurricanes. Of course, they have different straps than we do, but you know, California, I think we probably have more hardware and hold downs and straps than just about any other state. But yeah, this house is absolutely beautiful. You look over here, here's the big porch out the main living room. And in this living room, all of our windows and doors, you guys probably know this already if you follow my channel and follow my Instagram feed, all by Sierra Pacific. Okay, so we have a recess right here in the concrete. Okay, because we have multi-slides that slide into these pockets. You see the pocket right here, okay, on both sides. So we have a big multi-slide that opens up here, slides into those pockets. That way you can conceal them. But I had brought this up in a previous video. Super important when you do these recesses in the concrete. By that phase of pouring the foundation, you should have already coordinated with the homeowner. Okay, it's all about collaboration, coordination, communication, right? You're going to communicate and collaborate with the homeowner, find out what flooring they're going to put down. That's why it's important for homeowners. You know, if you're a general contractor, you need to tell them the importance of picking out the items they want in the house, because I need to know how deep to put this recess, but in order to know that, I need to know what the thickness of the floor is. In this case, it's just a little over ½ inch. It's wood floor. So I put this accordingly, and now it will fit right up against the multi-slide track that goes in here. But yeah, beautiful. And look at the view out this place. Man, the view up here in La Cresta, absolutely awesome. I don't know in the video if you can see that old microwave tower that's on top of that hill. When you get up to the top of that hill, which is several miles from here, when you get up to the top of that hill, there's nothing on the other side. It's just wilderness all the way to the 5 freeway in San Clemente, California, and that's about 14.5 miles. Actually, from that point, it's about 17 miles to the 5 freeway in San Clemente or San Onofre, where the old power plant used to be. But anyway, things are going really good. So let's go over here and check out the stairs. We got the stairs in today. Let's go over here and check it out. Probably get dark here for a moment, but no big deal. Okay, we got our stairs in. Awesome. Okay, for our stair treads, we use 1.25" material, right? We don't like anything that flexes or that's cheap or thin, all right? We like things very solid. And if you're not familiar with how you build stairs, you always leave a gap between the wall. You see the gap right there. We have an 1.5" gap, and the reason you do that is because you need to have space to slide your drywall down in between there, right? Or skirting, or whatever it is you're going to put on there, but you always build the stairs with a gap away from the wall, right? Just like that, okay? And just like with the second deck, okay, we use an adhesive to put these down, all right? We use Rainbuster 345. It's an anti-squeaking floor adhesive. There's a lot of different glues out there that people use. People use glues made by Zip System, which is, they have that spray foam glue, which is, in my opinion, some of the very best in the entire industry. But guess what? We've been using this Rainbuster 345 for a long, long time. We've never been called back for any floor squeaking, and we're not going to get called back because it's an outstanding product. Like you see here, 1.25" flooring, very solid. You know, on the plans, I believe it calls for 5/8, but we always go thicker than that. We like a solid floor. We don't like a lot of noise downstairs for our client. But yeah, you can see the trusses are up here, moving right along. And now what we're doing is we're plating this upper floor. You can see we have our headers. Any of this beam material, you see these are headers above windows and doors, okay? And then we have our window sills and our cripples. Cripples are just smaller studs that go under the window sill, or even tinier ones like these you see right here. Those go above a header between the top plate and the header. We got our layout on there. You can see how we laid it all out, right? That's how you lay it out. So you got our bottom plate and our top plate. Now, because we're up on a second deck, we don't need to use pressure treated, okay, because it's not sitting on concrete. And we don't need to use any pressure treated. So yeah, looking really good. Things are moving right along. We're getting the trusses up over here on this side of the house. Then we're gonna be framing our second floor here the next day, okay? Over here, we have a bunch of open beams. So we're waiting for our Reson beam material. And you probably noticed, and I've pointed this out in other videos, this is all double 2x6 frame, this house, okay? The interior walls, you see that? Double walls over there. The interior walls are all 2x6. The exterior walls are all double frame 2x6. We're looking for thickness on the windows, okay, for a really nice detail, okay? Like I said, this is a Spanish estate. It's gonna be a troweled smooth finish, okay? Absolutely beautiful. A lot of people have asked us why we always go with double 2x6. Well, I'm not the architect or the engineer, but most of the structures we build are very large, very solid, and you know, we use premium lumber, Douglas fir. A lot of people also ask how come we don't use engineered lumber or LVLs. Well, we use LVLs for floor beams, like this beam I'm standing on right here. Okay, that's a big LVL. We use those, but we don't use LVLs for framing. Okay, we straighten all of our studs. We do straight edge. A lot of people don't agree with that, and the reason they don't agree is because they don't know anything about construction. That's cool. I don't care what people know or don't know. This is just the way we do it. So I'm not saying it's the right way or the wrong way. It's just our way. But we're going to straight edge, okay? We plumb everything, but we come through. It is premium Douglas fir, but we come through and we take any imperfections out, okay? Even LVLs and engineered lumber is not perfectly straight, folks. Anybody who thinks it is, I can prove them wrong all day long, because we use a lot of LVLs. They're not perfectly straight, and when they're not, guess what? When we use them, we plane any imperfections out of them. That's the way to do it, in my opinion, but like I said, that's just my opinion. It's the way we do it. But you can see the double frame here, okay? This gets all open beam, the entry. That's the front door entry right there. It's gonna be a clipped arch door. We got arches going out there, but yeah, the place is turning out really nice. Here and check it out. Like I said, anytime you're gonna do flooring on a second deck, you know, don't just throw floor down and nail it, okay? You'll notice here we screw everything, right? You see the screws? Okay, but before we do that, we always put down adhesive, okay? There is nothing worse, in my opinion, than somebody moving into a brand new house, and I can point one out to you, but I don't want to, because I don't want to throw this contractor under the bus. There's a house being built right down the road here, And he called me over there the other day for some advice on something because he's a new contractor. I walked up on the second floor and man, that thing was squeaking, and I asked him if he put wood glue down. He said no. You know, he said he doesn't do that, and I said, well, I didn't really have a comment because it's not my project and I'm not going to cut his work down. So anyway, like I said, we put down glue and we screw it, and then guess what? No squeaks. So you can do what you want to do, that's fine. But I'm just throwing that out there because I've been in the business for over 45 years, and you know, we've never had a problem. So the glue works good. I think I had an empty tube. I'll show you guys what glue we use. It's on another video. It's on our Instagram page also. But yeah, things are moving right along. I'll show you another thing that we did the other day. I had my pickup crew here. A pickup crew is just a crew you get in to, like, you know, if there's any really bad studs that got in there during framing, they'll take those out and put in a good stud. And they go through, I have them go through and check all of our closet doors, the headers on all of our doorways, and the trimmers on all of our doorways. I have them check those, and I have them make sure the headers are perfectly level, and I make sure the trimmers under the doors are perfectly plumb. We do that in the framing stage. That way when we start to put our doors and stuff in, we don't run into a problem with, you know, we don't have to take any kind of nail pullers and straighten the trimmers or any of that. When we hang our doors, I already know that our trimmers and everything are perfectly plumb. It just assists us in getting all the doors in very professionally, and that's just the way we do it. So I'll show you that in just a moment. Okay, let's go down here and I'll show you what I'm talking about these doors. So we have closets, a lot of closet doors in this house, but we always go through in the framing stage, we make sure that the header is nice and level, perfectly level, and we make sure these are trimmers, okay? Underneath the door you have your king stud, which goes all the way up, right? And then underneath the header, you have a trimmer, okay? Trimmer support headers. We make sure that in the rough framing stage that our trimmers are perfectly plumb, okay? We don't want to be fussing with trimmers or headers or any of that when we're hanging doors, okay? When we're hanging doors, we want to be hanging doors, not messing with everything else. Okay, and right here, we have some cavity slider pocket doors. All right, what I just talked about with the headers and all that, super important when you're putting in pocket doors, that the header is perfectly level, okay? Also, when it comes to doing bypass doors, you know, those are closet doors. Like you might have two closet doors that slide back and forth. Those are called closet bypass doors. There is nothing worse than when I see a brand new house and the doors were so out, the framing was so out of plumb, they put the trim on there out of plumb, and now they have to adjust the doors by the wheels, right? They have to adjust the wheels up or down to make the door hang plumb, and then the door will hang plumb against one side, but if you open that closet door over to here, you'll see it where it's touching at the bottom and a huge gap at the top. That to me is just very unprofessional. I see it all the time. Like right here, we're gonna have bypass doors right here, okay? Well, I already know that, that these are perfectly plumb right here, right? I know they're perfectly plumb because my pickup crew came through and checked everything. They checked the headers. So when I go to trim this out, I'll put my finished trim on there. Obviously, I'm going to check my finished trim with a level or a laser. I use lasers for everything. I'm gonna check it, or my guys will check it. And then when we hang those doors, I can take those closet doors off any closet and hang them on another closet, and they will all close plumb against the trim, and there will be no gaps, okay? Because everything's plumb. The trimmer's plumb, the header's level, and the doors will hang plumb. I don't ever adjust my doors by adjusting the wheels. That's just a cheesy way of doing it. Okay, here's another thing I want to point out. Let me see if I can change the brightness of this thing. Hold on one second. Okay, there we go. Now you can see it. You see this small little wall right here that comes off of here? All right, we do have a nail shot into the concrete there, right? But that's a pivot point. I don't want that wall to be able to move, so we glue it down. Anytime we have a tiny little wing wall like that, we not only shoot a nail in it, see there's no way for us to shoot a second nail, but when you shoot one nail, then it wants to pivot on that nail. Okay, well, we glue those small ones down. It's not ever gonna move, okay? Little wing walls like that, that's just a trick that we use. Like I said, that's the way we do it, not the right way or wrong way. You can do it however you want. But Anytime you can't get 2 nails, if you could get 2 nails, then it won't pivot. But we have a bunch of studs there, right? We have double trimmers, then we have a king stud. So we only had 1 nail in it, we glue it. Okay, so that's how we do closet doors. Same with windows, right? Oh, just to point out, if you're not familiar with construction, right? Here's our windowsill, and these are the cripples I was talking about. Short little studs under a windowsill of cripples. Same thing, short little studs above the header going up to the plate. Those are cripples, okay? Then you can see the trimmer right here. Trimmer goes under a header, right? That supports the header. And then this beside that goes all the way up, that nails into the header, that's a king stud. Anyway, you want to make sure your windows and everything, you see my guys came through and put a block right here, right? They don't want flexing on that. But you want to make sure these windows are nice and square and everything. That way it's not a hassle. These windows are by Sierra Pacific. They're very heavy. You don't want to be hassling or having a giant hassle and fussing and fighting with these things when you go to put them in. So yeah. Okay, that's it for today out here on this project. I've got to head back down the hill to that big, large, modern estate we're building and go check on all my other jobs. So I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any comments or any questions, please send them over. Okay, don't forget to go over and join our Instagram page if you haven't already done so. Once again, my name is Paul. I own and operate TCI Development. We're a building contracting company located in Southern California. I hope you all have a great day, and hopefully you can learn something by watching our projects that'll help you with your project. Thanks for watching.